Yeah, Thomas had a non-contact knee injury. Um, just unfortunate play, just kind of a nothing play, and went down. And he's going to get surgery tomorrow. Um, so we feel terrible for him, but he's in a good place and going to work to get back.
Is that, I mean, I know spring ball's a little bit later. Is there a chance, or is it just too early to say whether he has a chance to play this fall? Would you try to get him back?
Yeah, I think the best chance would be to get back toward the middle of the season and play some games down the stretch.
For him, with the progress that he's made or had made, Coach Becker talked, I think just last Wednesday, about Thomas in the scrimmage. What did you see from him through 12 practices before that injury to make you feel good about his progress?
Yeah, Thomas is a super talented guy. Gosh, he cares as much as anybody out there. So put those two things together, and it's going to lead to good places. He's a lot like all the other freshmen that should still be in high school that are here right now. We threw a lot at him real quick, and I think he was kind of swimming for a while, trying to figure everything out. And his last two practices were really good practices. So, again, was disappointed for him, but he'll come back stronger.
Staying in that room, James Carney was a guy that was limited early. What have you just seen from him, I guess, in his first spring, sort of behind the veterans in that room?
Yeah, kind of the same thing. We got some really good guys in that room that are playing at a really high level right now. Some of the young guys are trying to catch up and get up to speed. And, we didn't slow down with installs and what we expected out of guys. For the young guys, we pushed forward with it. And some of those guys were confused quite a bit during spring, but I've seen real good improvement out of all those guys.
How do you sort of set up on Saturday? Is it a lot of live work, or what do you have?
Yeah, we've been going around and around on it. We've had a physical spring. We needed it. We haven't had a real spring ball in 2 years, and we need to make up for some lost ground. So we've had a physical spring. I've asked a lot of the guys, and they've given it to us. We've had, I think, a couple times up to 43 guys on our injury list with everything from a couple big ones to tweaks and sprains and bumps and bruises. So we're a little beat up, but we expected that with the type of spring that we had. We're going to have a full game with two teams. First half's going to be thud, and we're going to let a lot of the old guys play. Second half, we're going to leave a lot of the young guys out there, and the second half's going to be live and tackle to the ground. So that's kind of the format we landed on. It's going to give us a chance to get some more work out of our veterans and then get some live reps for our young guys.
What's your thought on how you'll handle Adrian on Saturday? Will you play much? Or?
I imagine most of the veterans will play the first half now that it's not tackle. It's going to be practice tempo, and we'll trust the referees to blow it down at their discretion, and that's going to give us an opportunity to let some of the veterans play a little bit more.
Obviously, your young quarterbacks grow. I know you're sort of in it every day, but over the last 4.5 weeks.
Steady improvement is how I would characterize it. Matt Masker continues to do good things. Logan Smothers just every single day got better, and his control and command of the offense is improving and getting to a point where I feel great with him. Harburg is really talented kid that can run and throw. He was swimming a little bit at first, but he's hungry to learn, and he's really improved throughout spring. So Mario's done a good job with that room, and those guys have made a lot of progress. Still have ways to go, but have made a ton of progress this spring.
With Smothers, how's the throwing piece going? Are you comfortable with where he is with his stroke and his footwork, or are you guys still working through improving that with him?
He's working through a few mechanical things with Mario and has been for a while. Really started to see the benefits of that this spring. And honestly, when he doesn't think about it, anytime you're trying to alter something, when you're thinking about it, you get a little in your own head. When he doesn't think about it, he rips it great. So we'll keep working with him, but I expect by this fall it'll be second nature to him. And I was really impressed with the progress he made in all aspects of his game, but particularly throwing it this spring.
Given that there's only one practice left, left. Have you guys made a firm decision on whether you would pursue an additional quarterback in the fourth?
No, we haven't made any final decisions on that. We still got a couple spots that we'll try to find anybody that we think could help our team the most. Right now, I wouldn't say it would probably be quarterback.
Scout, during the open practice, we saw Alante Brown had a pretty big apparatus on his arm. Is that something that's going to come out long term? Is that what you want to see in the practice?
Well, like I said, we've had a lot of guys nicked up, banged up because of the physical nature of our spring. I think Thomas is the only one that won't be ready to start practice in fall camp right now. So the rest of the guys are day-to-day things or fighting through things or 4 to 6 week things. There's a few guys that I think will be ready this summer, Alante and Step and some of those guys. But right now, I think there's only one to report that I don't think will be ready first day of fall camp.
We've had to ask you a lot of questions about the offense. What have you seen? Obviously, you got a veteran defense. Have you liked what you've seen from that side of the ball? Sort of where are they at as spring ball? Right?
Yeah, I've liked what I've seen. We got a long way to go. We got work to do. But there's no doubt there's been progress, and especially some of the areas I think that we didn't perform real well last year. Some of the things that got us beat last year have really improved. It's been a real emphasis put on making sure we don't turn the ball over on one side and trying to get it back on the other. I think special teams has made a big jump. I think we're a more physical team up front on both sides. I think the offensive line has made some giant strides. I'm really pleased. It's been a good back and forth all spring between the offense and defense, and I've seen a bunch of improvement on both sides.
How important is the spring game for you in terms of evaluation? Is it just like any other practice? Is there a little bit more, or how would you say?
About the same as every other practice, maybe less. This is kind of a showcase, and the only thing we're really looking to see is how they perform when the lights are on a little bit. But we have hundreds and hundreds of reps of practice that we can evaluate, and a lot of those veteran guys are going to get 30 to 50 reps in the first half of Saturday's game. So that's a small portion of what work they put in this spring, and it's important, but it's no more important than any other practice that we've had.
I know you guys can't technically host the recruits, but there are going to be a lot of people that buy tickets in the stands that have interest in Nebraska football. How do you get your message out to those kids that are going to be here on Saturday, and what can you do, or what do you hope to do with so many different guys in the stands?
Yeah, strange times. There's not a lot we can do. We want to get as many recruits to Lincoln, Nebraska as we possibly can. Said it a bunch, but when we get people here, we got a great chance of getting them, and spring game gives them a chance to come see the atmosphere and see town. Wish we could do more with them, but can't do anything with kids that come to town until June.
How do you have the play calling duties set up for the two teams on Saturday?
It's going to look a little funny. We're going to put Coach Chins and Coach Lubick up in the box, and they're going to call the game on both sides for both teams. And then just to help the coaches out, we're going to put both offenses on one sideline and both defenses on the other sideline. So we'll have a red team and a white team on the east and a red team and a white team on west, and let the same two guys call the whole game.
How curious are you to see your running backs on Saturday?
Yeah, we got talent in the running back room. Those guys have all missed a couple here and there, most of them, couple practices. So really looking for somebody to step forward and take that position. We got a lot of good candidates that have all done a lot of good things. But we're going to let those guys play the whole game. So they'll get the first half thud, and we'll leave those guys and let them play in the second half and live. And been impressed with that whole group. Just looking for somebody to come out of that pack and be the lead dog for us.
You got a taste of fans out here a couple weeks ago. Many more this Saturday. What do you expect emotions to be like? From you, from some maybe older players, younger players, with that change?
That practice we had fans was great. What was amazing to me was see the energy that the guys had, just from a few thousand people up in the stands yelling and chanting, and we've been missing that. We got such a great fan base, and we've been missing the energy that we can get as a team from fans when they're in the stadium. So I know we won't be full on Saturday, but it's going to be great to have some people back in there again, and the home field advantage we get at Memorial Stadium is significant if we have people there. So it's great to see the start of that.